Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You have now tuned into my Love and Hip Hop Atlanta recap. A few things have changed for my schedule this weekend, this week, so I had to do the review a little bit later. But in any case, we're making sure we still get it out. But it's not as fresh in my head as when I watched it, but it's alright. Anyway, so Mimi, she was super livid because while she was on the trip in Jamaica, she gets a call from her daughter that's telling her that she was hanging out with Joseline and with her dad and stuff like that. So she's like just super pissed off because she already gave Stevie J instructions. Like, she does not want Eva around Joseline because of the allegations that she made. And I didn't even know about what the allegations were, how severe they were, or anything like that. It was you guys that told me. And from that, I would have said the same thing. Like, I don't want my kid around that little dusty ass hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking about he did this and this and that. Like, I don't know how you could forgive her so easily, but nah. And it's crazy because Stevie J doesn't seem like the type to forgive very easily. And knowing that he's a Scorpio, Scorpios will definitely hold grudges for life. You know what I mean? So I'm surprised that he's letting this go so easily and even thinking about moving forward in a relationship with her after she done, social media, that's big. People retweet stuff. Once you put something on the internet, it's not going to come back. Like, it doesn't get withdrawn. You know what I mean? And I guess that's why they don't really want to say exactly what it is on camera. Because, they've always just said what she said about Eva, what she said about you. But they're not really, explicitly saying what exactly it is. And I guess it's for the protection of the daughter. So now Rod, he meets up with Logan. We know Logan was a dude that homegirl was doing when he was away, and maybe when he wasn't away. I mean, who knows? This girl seemed like she a little slack, okay? She's a little bit loose. And Logan says that he never really stopped doing her. And Rod, he came in there real confident, like he was about to squash homeboy or something, like really about to get to the bottom of this, see why dude was lying. But now, listening to him, things is just kind of sounding a little bit funny. So he's trying to find out, could Jasmine really be a liar? Could she be really fronting hard right now? So he eventually does tell her that he wants her to get a DNA test of Logan as well to kind of prove to him. Because she's like, how can she prove to him that Logan's just crazy and whatever. But it was kind of seeming weird, some of the stuff that Logan was saying, because he doesn't remember the last time he had sex with her. I mean, maybe it wasn't all that. I mean, if it's been a while, especially if it was back in 2015, you might not remember off the top, unless you have a diary, you're probably not going to remember, I had sex with her August 4th, 2015. You're not going to remember the date just like that unless it was a birthday or some significant day that you're going to remember. So at least he kind of knows the range. But then when she actually had the kid, it doesn't really add up. So it's a little bit confusing right about now. She supposedly says that the name came from Kirk. They had a list of names, and Kirk was the one that picked out the name. It just so happens that it's homeboy's father's name that passed away. I don't know. We'll see. Stevie was no. He had a little talk with Joseline, and she reveals that she wants him to stop working with Estelita. She wants to be his only artist. But he's like, nah, because there's papers involved. So he's going to have to talk to his lawyers about that because they signed contracts and all that. So, yeah, right now, and he's like, she's Panamanian. It's not like she's the Puerto Rican princess. So he's like, it's not like she's really taking your place. She's just another beautiful Latin artist that kind of sounds like you, has an accent. It's Hispanic and, kind of does what you do. That's it. But she's not really taking your place, though. Boy, I know he did that for spite because him and her wasn't getting along. She was doing her own thing, and now you got caught out there because you shouldn't have moved so fast. You was moving too fast. So, she then whips out 2 rings talking about, okay, well, all he has to do is marry her, and then they can get back together, and he needs to set the date. And I'm just like, whoa, bro. Like, hold up, wait a minute. Like, aren't you moving a little bit fast? And he was like, we can't even do this right now but I feel like he's not really, like, laying down the law. He's still giving it some consideration. He's just like, we can't really do this right now. You have to make sure that you apologize to my daughters because they're hurt about the things that you said about their sister. So, yeah. Cesar, he goes to see his woman, Karlie Redd. So Karlie, she got on some little scantily clad outfit, and she made him like a good amount of food. Who knows if she really made it, right? She just made believe real quick. And yeah, she made him like a platter for a king, honey. He comes in, she tries to sweet talk him a little bit, give him a little bit of strawberries, but he's like, hold up, wait a minute, let's talk a little bit. So I come back to Harlem, and my boys is laughing at me because they like, yo, you was out in Jamaica, and you to one of the best, like, most romantic places, and you got your ex there. Like, what was he doing here? And then she makes up her little excuses. She gives a good explanation, and he was like, but yeah, you should have told me that he was going to be there. And also, you should have told me that he was going to be coming to the event that you had, to the opening. Because you just kind of made it look like, oh, look what I got now. Like, you was being very fishy, suspect on when you did that. You know, he kind of had to check her real quick. Because, you know, Cesar's the one, like, he would let you know about yourself. He's not going to just go along with your little story. So, I like the fact that he told her about herself because she really tried to, like, talk her way out of it real quick. But she used her body in the end because he was probably wanting some of that because he ain't getting none yet, supposedly, allegedly. So she, you know, gave him a little something. And all was forgotten for now. But he was like, don't try to do that again because just because you giving me the goods doesn't mean that it's going to go down like this each and every time. Like, just don't make it happen again. Because nobody wants to come home and be laughed at, especially when you're on a certain celebrity status. You know, reality TV celeb, you don't want to come home and get laughed at. And then, you know, Duchess is sitting back just like, that's what he got. He got a fake booty, an old lady who's cheating on him and another publicly on TV. Yeah, you sure upgraded. I mean, I could just imagine Duchess just sitting home laughing. Like, yeah, good luck with that one. The ladies meet up, and Karlie Redd, she ends up apologizing to Estelita. And she says that it's because the reason why she acted the way she did is because Stevie J tends to bring women around them, and then it ends up being a big issue. And then she's like, but I don't understand why you got yourself in the middle of everything. It doesn't have anything to really do with you. So then she picks up the little platter of hors d'oeuvres or appetizers, whatever it was, and just kind of dashes it on her, like, you know, just throws everything on her like, oh, it's because I don't like you. And they try to fight, but security was, you know, in between them. And then, what's the other girl named Selena? Is that, no, Sierra. Sierra was sitting next to her. I think she accidentally poured a drink on her by accident or threw a drink on her. And then Sierra was trying to fight her too. But Sierra, I feel like she got to jump to conclusions. Yes, like, you got caught in the crossfire, but when you seen the freaking platter go up in the air, I think you should have moved from that point. And even Mimi and who was it? Mimi and somebody was sitting next to her. Oh, Mimi and what's her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Chris? No, Chris is the last one. Yeah, my memory is shot, y'all. You know who I'm talking about though. Mimi and her, they were like, nah, I don't think she did it on purpose. They were like, yeah, I don't really think she knew that she was throwing it on you. Like, she had no intentions to throw it. Yeah, y'all wasn't beefing. Why would she just randomly pick up a drink and throw it on you? Like, you're just trying to get in the mix and you're trying to hit the girl just because, what, your friend is having a problem? See, I like the fact that at least Mimi was kind of maintaining her neutrality throughout the whole thing. She was just like, you know, I don't understand why Karlie Redd has this thing for you. And then what's her name was just like, it's because she's trying to be loyal to Joseline. That's the problem. So now Stevie walks into a venue with his two girls, like Pit Master Daddy, holding them, just walking in. And they plan to talk to Joseline and just kind of get her to apologize, because that was the plan. Miss Joseline comes in looking like glamour. I mean, she looked like she was going to a Hollywood red carpet event. And they just look at like regular, degular, smuggler type of folks, you know. And first she comes out, you know, and the daughter, I don't remember the daughter's names because I didn't really like take it in like that. But one of the older daughters, she was just like getting real hype. Like, I don't care about these crocodile tears. I don't care about none of that. Like, we should be the ones crying because you over here doing all these things. Like, you can't take the things that you said back. She was like, these things are going to follow Eva for the rest of her life. Our sister. You know, she was like going in. I'm like, damn, you love your sister. That's what I'm talking about. I wonder if they're going to love Bonnie Bell like that. You know, if they're going to be ride or die for her as well. But I mean, they don't know her. And then they don't like her mother. So I don't know how that's going to go down. But she was like just getting real hype. And then first Joseline was crying. Like, you know, it's not my fault. It's Stevie's fault. He did all these things to me. He made me give away my first baby. Like, what does that have anything to do with anything? Like, yes, you was upset, but like you took it to a whole nother level. Like, accusing somebody of filling up on a kid or whatever it was, like, that's a whole nother level, you know? So then she's just like, that's the reason why. Like, she's like, oh my God. And she wasn't ready. Like, I hope she doesn't start crying because then I can't understand what she says. But she was not backing down. She was just getting like real tight. She even started standing up. And then Joseline was just sitting there like, she just, I guess like her crazy side just kind of ticked. She was like, you know, you can't beat me, right? You can't beat me. Like, she was just going in like, there's nothing you can do. You can't do anything. Like, you can't fight me. You can't beat me. She was sitting down mad calm, like just looking at her like, okay, what are you going to do now? Like, you're getting hype. Okay, congratulations. Do you want a doggy biscuit? And then the security came, and Joseline was saying something to the producers like, you made her do this. You made her do this. You happy now? Okay. But she was tight. Like, even as she was walking out, she was like punching the walls. I've had those moments where I got so tight, I freaking punch walls. Adrenaline is rushing. And then I look at my hand, and my hand all bruised up because I self-inflicted pain on my damn self instead of the person that I really wanted to put the pain on. I freaking had bruises here before. Like, it's not a good feeling. I mean, at that moment, you feel like, yes, I'm getting it out. But then the next day or later on that day when the adrenaline starts to cool off, that pain ain't worth it. But thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you in the next one.